Expansion shaped much of the 1800s, and the mentality behind it was manifest destiny. This was the doctrine or belief that the expansion of the U.S. throughout the American continent was both justified and inevitable. In other words, American settlers were destined to expand. John L. O'Sullivan was a journalist that used the slogan first. It was a controversial idea at the time, and still is, but the belief did push many pioneers to venture to the western frontier. Thomas Jefferson, known as the father of the Declaration of Independence, was our third president. He became president in 1801. He was very interested in New Orleans because of its prime location at the mouth of the Mississippi River. After negotiating with France, the Louisiana Territory was purchased for the bargain deal of just $15 million. The Louisiana Purchase was considered one of the most important achievements during his presidency. The Louisiana Territory was around 828,000 square miles. This stretched from the Mississippi River all the way to the Rocky Mountains. This nearly doubled the size of the U.S., and at the low price of $15 million, the United States paid less than 3 cents per acre in today's currency.
The Lewis and Clark expedition was sent out by Thomas Jefferson to find a water route to the Pacific Ocean. Meriwether Lewis and William Clark, two of Thomas Jefferson's close colleagues, were the leads of this team of 31 explorers. This group, formed together, was called the Corps of Discovery and set their sights westward. They took with them soldiers who knew how to hunt, pilot boats, and trap animals. Along their way, they found 300 plus species unknown to science, 50 Indian tribes, and the Rocky Mountains. This expedition was 8,000 miles long. Along their way, they met Sacagawea, who was a Shoshone who played an important part in helping Lewis and Clark communicate with Native Americans. She was a translator and an ambassador for the Corps of Discovery.
Sacagawea's role during the expedition was invaluable. She helped dig up roots, collect edible plants, and pick berries. The Corps used these for food and medicine. She was also a peacemaker. The expedition often crossed paths with Native Americans who were uneasy at the sight of white men. However, after seeing Sacagawea accompanying them, the Native Americans were put to ease. When we fast forward several years, we land on James Monroe. James Monroe was the 5th President of the United States. He was president during the Missouri Compromise and gave the Monroe Doctrine. These two things set the course for further westward expansion. Adding another state to the Union encouraged more people to settle west. The Monroe Doctrine stated,
"The American continents are henceforth not to be considered as subjects for future colonization by any European powers."
This ended up being the United States' stance on foreign policy. It claimed that the efforts made by European nations to colonize land or interfere with states in the Americas would be viewed as acts of aggression and would require U.S. intervention. Monroe practically claimed what we now know as North and South America for the United States. This further opened up people's minds to moving west and claiming the land that they believed belonged to them.